Your dictation will start after 5 seconds.
Mr. Vice Chairman, I should like to make only one or two observations. Many people do not understand why there should really be a provision for a fund of this kind. When we are dealing with thousands and thousands of crores of rupees in the budget, a small amount really makes little difference. But perhaps the Public Accounts Committee and others made certain observations that, with a view to meeting expenditure outside the allocations in the budget, there should be some provision for allocation of this kind of money, which should be used for meeting contingent requirements. We have no objection as such to increasing the amount because, after all, if that money is not spent, it remains with the government. But it is a matter of arranging the finances of the country. I have sought an opportunity of speaking now only to make one or two submissions or suggestions in connection with the monies being spent out of this fund. My submission is for meeting a certain item of expenditure. This is with regard to the economic assistance to the political sufferers under the British rule. As you know, in our country, many people suffered under the British rule. Many people spent years and years in jail, and there are many others who were persecuted and who were crippled as a result of the police attacks. I think this category of people should be given financial assistance, and I have been saying again and again that there should be a national register of all political sufferers who had spent 5 years or more in prison, and each of them, should they need any help, should be given assistance. We should take it as a moral duty, and even after so many years of our independence, it would not seem too late. It is better we do it even now. Sir, we are getting reports from all parts of the country about the suffering and distress of many freedom fighters. Some of them are not well placed in life, either in business or in any other avocations of life, or as members of legislatures or members of various other institutions that have come into existence in our free country. And we get almost harrowing tales of their suffering and sorrow. Some of them are living as beggars, and it shocks us when we hear such stories of the people who had been respected by the entire nation, who had made contribution for achieving independence, and such people should never be forsaken or forgotten. After a lot of hesitation, the government has come to the conclusion that all political sufferers who had either spent their life in the Andaman cellular jail, having been sent there for political reasons, or who had been convicted for 5 years or more as freedom fighters would be entitled to getting some economic assistance during their lifetime provided they had served imprisonment sentence for 5 years or more. But the matter is pending. Sir, I am told that only 30 people have been selected for this economic assistance and that 100 and more applications are pending. Let me understand how the government is viewing this matter. It should be a matter of 2 days to dispose of all the applications. Everybody prima facie should be entitled to get the assistance as promised by the government. The central government should use this money and, if necessary, take a little more money for this purpose. We have been paying the princes of 25 years or so nearly rupees 110 crores as privy purse and these freedom fighters. These political sufferers have been neglected by us. There are many of them in Bengal, Punjab, Maharashtra, and other places. Many had suffered imprisonment under sentences of conviction. Many had suffered imprisonment under detention without trial or otherwise. There are many such people. Now, I think the government should make this item of expenditure as a charge on the contingency fund. As I have suggested, the government should take up this thing more seriously. The attitude of the government today is queer. The attitude of the government towards the freedom fighters is absolutely strange. I suggested that commemoration stamps should be issued in the name of these freedom fighters. Therefore, I would earnestly appeal to the government, even at this hour, to ask the state governments to prepare a national register of the political sufferers in their state, those who have spent 5 years in prison. This list should be complied and kept here at the center and out of the contingent fund, and government should give financial assistance to every one of them who deserves to be assisted for his lifetime. Sir, I make this point in all seriousness. I think it does not speak well of our conscience when we know how we have given extra privileges and many other things. You know, monies are spent for holding grand parties, for holding evening parties. This is a most ostentatious expenditure made by the government. This is a useless expenditure for which no provision is needed. In fact, the government should economize considerably on such expenditure. As far as these funds are concerned, if at all they are to remain, they must be used for such purposes as are morally sustainable, like the one I have suggested. Sir, when I was informed about it, I took up the matter with the Prime Minister and I told her that this question should be gone into. I should say that her response was sympathetic that a list should be prepared of such persons, but after I do not know what happened. Actually, it is the duty of the government to prepare such a list. In Bengal, Punjab, Maharashtra, Gujarat, etc., you have got many such freedom fighters who are in extreme sorrow and are suffering from economic privations. I think the nation should take care of them. It is a matter of trust.